forget what you've heard about Vietnam. Let's find out what it's really like.
Imagine an economy that, in the span of a few decades, catapulted from one of the poorest in Asia to a growth rate of 8.02% in 2022, outpacing even the giants of India and China. This isn't a hypothetical scenario, it's the reality of Vietnam. With a GDP per capita that increased nearly tenfold from under $300 in the 1980s to $2,800 in 2020.
Today we got to run into Saigon for some errands, so we're going to take the limo bus. It's an efficient way to move between the two cities, very comfortable, inexpensive. We're going to show you a little bit about how the process works, what the ride is like, talk to you a little bit about what you'll see along the way on the journey, and then we'll end up in Saigon and give you guys an up-to-date perspective on what it's like using the limo bus service between Vung Tau and Saigon. If you guys are unfamiliar, these are like little mini buses that have really comfortable seats, Wi-Fi, sometimes they have massage chairs. And the company that we're gonna go to is one of the nicer companies. They're one of the companies we prefer to use, so it's gonna be interesting, and hopefully their service is as good as we remember it, and we're gonna bring you guys along for the ride. All right, so we're just gonna hop into a Grab, get dropped at their office, and we're gonna pay for our tickets there, and their office is also a station, so that works out well. And then, yeah, usually it's about an hour and a half if there's not too much traffic getting into Saigon, and it's a pleasant little journey we're gonna be going on today. A little journey into imagination land. We're gonna go from Vung Tau City to Ho Chi Minh. So this is Ho Mai, this bus that you see people getting into. This is a similar service. It's like very similar service. We're just going to one that we used to use a while back called VIE, because we just remember them having like nice offices, and so they had like a cafe in there. It was like, you know, good service, not a hectic experience. But you know, Ho Mai has their VIP, and then they have their cheap service. And their cheap service, they deliver packages also, and they stop and pick people up. So you have to be a little bit careful. Look, here's another one. This is another competitor going by. See, they're going to Tan Son Nhat, it looks like. It's from Vung Tau. So yeah, some of them go to the airport. You can go from here to Moi Ne. You can go to some of the little smaller provincial parts of Baria. So yeah, it's interesting, and different companies go to different places, so you have to kind of check with which company. But we chose VIE just because we've had good experiences with them in the past, and we were curious to see if they were still doing what they're doing and if it's improved or not. So I guess we're all going to find out today if VIE is still a good bus company, or if we should just fall back on Ho Mai. All right, so we're in the whip, headed over to
bus station
for VIE. We're going to see if it is where they said it is on the map, hopefully.
It's not far at all. I think this ride is like $1.
Yeah, it's really close.
Or a little over $1.
So yeah.
It's very close.
This is going to be the first time we'll use these guys in a minute, so I'm curious to see if they're still a good service, and if they're any different than some of the other limo buses that we've tried over the years. And, you know, it's funny because you never know who's like the top one, because these businesses, they change so quickly. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Yeah, look at this. So there's two places with the same address.
One is abandoned.
One is this like abandoned building over here.
It's an abandoned lot.
And then this is the actual place. And it's still advertising the coffee. That's interesting. It's been a while since I've been on a VIE. I'm curious to see how this is, if it's cool. All right, so already I don't like, you gotta take your shoes off. It's a fucking bus station. It's not somebody's crib. This shit I don't like. So I'm wearing fucking hiking boots because I'm gonna be running around Saigon all day. But yeah, you gotta take your shoes off. That's fucking annoying. The main little office, it's fine. No complaints. There's a bathroom back there. Okay. Misha's chilling.
We don't pay until we get on the bus.
Again, why we had to come here and fucking book? Probably because they're busy. It must be very busy.
Coming back for us. That's what she said.
It is?
So we just left.
Oh wow, they're picking us up.
Yeah. They're coming back for us.
Okay.
So it costs $9 each.
Okay. So it's like 18 bucks to the city?
230.
230. I know.
This is for the 2 middle single seats.
Yeah, the nicer ones, the bigger ones. You'll
we'll
see.
show you what they look like.
We'll show you. Because they offered us to sit in the front, which is cool for filming out the front or whatever, but to be honest...
it was later. It wasn't until 1.
Yeah, it wasn't for another 30 minutes, and it was also, you know, those seats are not as comfortable. Like, you're sitting next to...
No,
right?
but it's cool as fuck.
It is cool to see out the front, but you are...
I would do it, but smaller.
Yeah, I'm big, and I want to have some space to stretch out, so the bucket seat is going to be a little better, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. But yeah, VIE in the past has been really good, so I'm hoping that it's still pretty good. You know, all these companies, this kind of little things I'm complaining about are pretty normal. But the second I said that I'm going to go see if HOMI can get me on a bus quicker, they were like, oh yeah, we got a bus.
We got a sooner one with better seats.
With better seats. Yeah,
it was so cool.
Yeah. So you know.
So usually the ride is about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Let's see how long it takes on Saturday.
Yeah. I'm really curious how this is going to go.
So this is us here.
All right.
Xin chào.
Yo, this is dope. So you guys can see these were the seats we were like initially offered. They're good for filming, but they're not good for like space. And like here you can see this is quite nice. Check out this one. And you've got like little buttons. Where's you got kind of back and forth buttons. Place to charge your phone. Comes with like a little water over here. As you can see, it's pretty nice. Oh, you have a massager? Oh, I do too. Shit. There's a massager. I don't know if you guys can see it. Does it work? I might play that. It does. Yeah, nice. I'm gonna play with that. So yeah, you got a massager. You guys can see like they got a little Vietnamese advertising, I guess, or something. The cool ass little roof. So you got like vibe lighting. That's kind of hard to beat.
I'm just messing with the recliner.
And yeah, guys, I'll show you also, because we're gonna go by some interesting spots. Like we're still very much in Vung Tau City now. You guys can see. But we're gonna go through Dong Nai and into Saigon, and then gotta run some errands today. But I did want to give you guys like some insight into what it's like using these limo buses as a means of transportation while you're in the south of Vietnam. They also have the hydrofoil, which is a boat that will take you out here, but during certain times of the year, the water is very dangerous. I've been on it when I thought I was for sure gonna die, and then I've been on it when it was pleasant. So, you know, it's also more expensive. This is cheaper, so worth checking it out. Very nice so far. I like the VIE. I remember them being good years ago. They were supposed to get a coffee, which we didn't get, but whatever. They got us okay seats. Not a bad situation. Hey guys, so you can see we're cruising along Big Boulevard, basically. Runs out of Vung Tau. We're heading towards Baria town. That'll be like the first main town that we pass through. This part of Vung Tau is really pretty. It's really big boulevard with like yellow flowers all along it. You can see Baria province in general is pretty nice. And if you guys can see off in the distance there's a lot of high rises that are starting to be built out here. So Vung Tau City is growing. Here, this is mostly swampland, but it looks like they're filling it in and putting towers. Yeah, this is, see, yeah, right here is the advertising. This is all advertising for whatever developments they're going to be putting over here. All of Vietnam is growing, guys. It's a very interesting place to be because over the years of being here, I've watched this place just develop right before my eyes. It's unbelievable how fast. Baria is a particularly nice place because it's very close to Ho Chi Minh, so it benefits from that, you know, nearness and the efficiency and speed of which you can get to Saigon. but yet it's far enough away to have these like marshes and nature, lower traffic, you know, lower population. You guys can see this nice boulevard here, but there's just like open fields behind it and marshland. But you can see the vision. This is all going to be towers at some point. Very interesting place, you know. So literally in front of us is another limo bus. This one is called Vung Tau. I don't know if they're any good. Years ago, I don't remember using them. I think we were mostly, we'd use the Homai, but the VIP one, and then these guys. But so far, I'm happy with the ride. It's comfortable. Can't complain. The vibrating seats are definitely nice. Because you see cranes in the distance. This whole province is getting developed. They're doing some kind of trudging here. Looks like they're digging out some tubing here. So this charming little city here is VIE town. That's their main central market there. It's a very nice little organized city. Oh, sorry, that's the main central market. That actually might be market also. I'm not totally sure, but that's definitely market. You guys can see it's a nice little town. This is like the nearest city to Vung Tau. There's not much going on out here, but you can definitely find teaching jobs. And as you guys can see, it's a lot quieter, more low-key. And Vung Tau is not so far away. One of my friends, he spent most of the pandemic hanging out here. He said it was very, very nice compared to Saigon. You can see, welcome to VIE City. It's a charming little town. I've always thought it was nice. It's nice to see it's even developed a bit more than what I remember. This is really where along the ride, you know, you get some hills and some water views of this interesting little town here. So this is where the pretty little boulevard ends, and it just becomes like road, kind of like highway to Saigon, basically. And we're still in VIE, but this will zip through to Dong Nai, and then Dong Nai to District 9, into Saigon. So the rest of it is kind of simpler looking. Like some facilities. There are some nice churches and temples along the way. And if you're driving yourself, there's lots of little places you can stop. Look, here's a church. See, it's a nice one back there. It's just a number of these on the way. So this is VIE town. Not so much to see, just still going along the same highway. You guys can see. That's where we started, Vung Tau. That's where we are now. And this is where we're going. So not so far. Alright, we're in Dong Nai province. No longer in VIE. So it means we're getting closer and closer to Saigon. So that city off in the distance, that is VIE in Dong Nai province. Can't really see it too well. guys in there. We're getting closer to Saigon now. All right, so VIE I will never use again. I'm in District 2 in some complex over here because I had to get off because the guy didn't bother to have a bathroom break. So by the time I got near to Saigon, I'm about to piss myself. And normally they stop in Dong Nai. It's like not a big deal. It breaks up the trip, you know? But then he didn't stop and I'm like, wait, how long? And you know, he's talking about, oh, Saigon, and I'm like, oh man, I'm not gonna make it. So I had him dump me on the side of the road. He almost tried to not give us change. So I'm done with VIE. I'll never use these motherfuckers again. I'm using Ho Mai to go back to Saigon. These people lost me for sure as a customer, because what happened was we got to the waiting area and they're like, oh, we only have 2 passenger seats next to the driver. And then they're like, oh, but we can put you in one that's coming in 10 minutes. If you can wait 10 minutes, we'll put you in one that has seats next to each other. And I'm like, oh, okay, because when they first said, oh, we want to stick you up by the driver, me and Mish were almost like, nah, we're probably not going to do it because it's going to be crowded. I could just go zip to Ho Mai. There's like I said, a bunch of these bus companies. These guys picked me up and they made it, you know, they made it seem like it wasn't going to be a big deal to get another bus. Turns out they turned a bus around that already had people on it. So those people now have been delayed, having to come back to get us. So they decided they're going to skip the bathroom break. Like, fuck you, you didn't do me any favor at all. All you did was you rushed me into fucking jumping on a bus that turned out I wasn't going to get my normal bathroom break. And you delayed your customers just so you can make a sale. So yeah, fuck VIE. I'm not gonna use these people ever again. I'll probably use Ho Mai getting back. So I'll let you guys know how that goes, and I'll give you guys a full report on both.
And we still had to pay $9.
We still had to pay the full price. And remember, he was acting like he didn't even have change. But like,
he didn't. I saw his wallet.
Oh,
his wallet
did somebody give it to him?
He didn't have change, and one of the passengers.
Yeah, that's nice.
Gave it to me, and he said he'll pay him back.
I feel very bad for the passengers, you know,
yeah,
because
it's annoying.
Like, we didn't ask them to turn it around. We just said, what kind of bus do you have coming now or in the next, like, you know, 30 minutes? So he dropped us over here, and we're in Tau Dien. Well, not really Tau Dien. We're in An Phu. It's like District 2, so we're just gonna hop in a Grab. It's pretty cheap. It's gonna be like $2-3 from here to get into town. So it's not really a big inconvenience, but it was very uncomfortable. And normally on the limo bus, there's one big rest stop on Dong Nai where everybody gets off. You can take a leave.
Right after Dong Nai.
Yeah, and it's like an appropriate amount of time, you know, like
30 minutes.
I just woke up, I jumped on the bus. You know, I tried to go before I left, but you know, you wake up in the morning, you have your tea or your coffee or whatever you have, you know, and you get on the bus and you plan yourself for like an hour and a half, but you know, reality happens sometimes. The traffic on Mai Chi To is crazy.
It's bad. They're doing a lot of construction now, and it looks horrible.
Mai Chi To used to be like not developed at all when we were out here. Like not most of it. There was some stuff, but when we were staying out here, of course. But like now, it's like really turning into like a built-up little urban area. We're in An Phu, so nice over here. It's so much quieter than the rest of Saigon, but we got to go into D1. We got to meet some people, and we're gonna run some errands. So this video today, I'll say I would not use VIE again. I didn't like the way they handled any of that. Maybe they thought they were helping me, but they weren't helping me. As far as the price, I know they're a little more expensive than Ho Mai, so I was expecting a little bit more, and I was a bit disappointed. I don't think I will use them again. But that being said, nonetheless, I'm in Saigon, one piece. I got to hit the bathroom, and now we're gonna go meet up with one of our old business partners. Misha's buying some coffee, so we're gonna have a whole separate day in Saigon, and you guys make sure you look for that. If you like this kind of content, smash the like button, make sure to subscribe. And if you guys are thinking about moving overseas, health insurance is a big part of that. Our sponsor for this video is Safety Wing. What's up, guys? I'm in Mysore, India. I'm chilling with this cow here. If this cow were to give me mad cow disease, I would want to have health insurance. And if you're gonna live as an expat, you're gonna want to have health insurance too. He's either biting me or licking me. He's licking me. Aw, hello.
You're so cute.
See, if I get sick from touching this cow, I want to have health insurance, right? So Safety Wing is a good health insurance for people like me who travel around the world and live in interesting places. I'm covered. If I get sick in India, at least I got health insurance. Safety Wing is designed for people who move around and who travel, so it's the perfect health insurance for people who live our kind of lifestyle.
Brush your face and wash your teeth, son.
Reborn abroad got me a job in Vietnam.
Reborn abroad got me a job in Vietnam.
Years later, we're still friends, so hit us up.
Reborn abroad, they're legit. They got me a job. I'm pretty happy.
Reborn abroad got me a job in Vietnam.
Reborn abroad got me a job.
Brush your teeth.
Hey, what's up? I'm D from Canada. Hook up with the New York Nomad if you want a smooth ride into Vietnam or any Southeast Asian countries.
Hey, my name is Aaron. Get in contact with the New York Nomads. If you want to get into Vietnam, hit them up. They'll get you in securely and professionally.
Yo, this is Uncle Hollywood. I'm telling you right now, the New York Nomad got me a job. He's legit. Hit him up. Check him out.
New York Nomad set me up in Vietnam.
Yo, my man got me a job. Come to Vietnam.
Hey, what's up, guys? You thinking about coming to Vietnam? You're not sure where to start. You've heard a lot of things online. You don't know what's true. You don't know what's not. We offer a consulting service where we help you get on your feet in Vietnam. We give you advice on negotiating contracts with employers. We help you with real estate agents, visa agents that are reliable and that you can trust. We help you get started in this amazing country and get on your feet. We help you get into different opportunities that might be more difficult for you if you were just landing in the country on your own. And we help you avoid a lot of the pitfalls and problems that you could have as a newcomer here. We provide you with reliable job recruiters, visa agents, real estate agents, and advice. If you guys are thinking about coming to Vietnam, hit us up for a consultation. We'll help you get started, help you get on your feet, and hopefully you'll love Vietnam as much as we do.